I'm like thrilled and overjoyed, and I feel like the little girl in me, the 8-year-old in me that wanted to dance and sing and act, is having this beautiful moment where I'm being welcomed to do what I've always loved in, one of the best shows in the world on the Broadway stage. I mean, I'm so happy.
We are just over 10 days until your first performance as Roxie Hart in Chicago. How are you feeling right now?
Thrilled, a little nervous, but butterflies, but in a great way.
Yes, it is an amazing role to step into. I feel like every time I've seen Chicago, Roxie can totally feel like a different character depending on who's playing it. Tell me about your Roxie Hart and how you've kind of approached this character.
For me, Roxie Hart is innocent at heart, even though she does these kind of dastardly things at times. The murder is probably the worst of it, but I don't think that Fred Casely guy was that good of a guy anyway. But yeah, he had it coming, as the others did. But I would say that for me, she's frozen in different characters of mine have different ages, I would say. Like for me, Romy is forever 14 years old. Roxie for me is 8 years old.
Okay.
And she's got all that id, impulse, and excitement of a child, and also the crestfallenness when she feels neglected or abandoned or unseen or unimportant. And I love her, and I think she's this amazing person, and there's a lot of me in her, just as if I weren't socialized or had morals or, had, kids or anybody else to take care of besides myself. Yeah. In a way, she reminds me of the way that Marilyn Monroe, didn't, there's the line in the show, and that's because none of us got enough love in our childhood. And I feel like the way Marilyn was always looking to be loved by the audience, and, I played Marilyn in Norma Jean and Marilyn on HBO, and I got to do some of her dancing and singing. And for me, Roxie has a little bit of that she's looking for that love and validation from the audience. She feels like if she gets to be a vaudeville star, she will finally get that love and importance that she's been lacking her whole life, and that no one has given her, and these men in her life have all been kind of using her, with the exception of Amos, but it's not a real love match, although I think she loves him, but more like a brother, not like a lover.
Loveless marriage, yeah.
She loves him, but she's not in love with him.
Yeah.
Some people play it like she doesn't love him at all, and I don't think that's true. I think she cares for him, but she's not in love with him. The physical chemistry is not there.
Yes. So interesting to hear the different interpretations of everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, as you mentioned, singing and dancing isn't new to you. We've seen you at the Carlisle, but 8 times a week on Broadway is a very exciting schedule. Yeah. I mean, how are you preparing for it? How have rehearsals been going into this new sort of lifestyle?
Rehearsals have been amazing. I have been so grateful to the experts who have been working with me. David Bushman, our dance captain, is so incredible. John Bell, our music director. I am learning every day so much, and I'm so excited, and I'm working my ass off, really trying very hard to nail everything down, and also really keep expanding my Roxie through every aspect of it, whether it's the way she dances or the way she sings, and obviously all of her acting scenes. But the acting is the part that I'm the least concerned about, just because that's my thing, I have done a number of plays over time. I did a lot of musicals when I was younger, but they were not professional musicals. They were like college musicals, things like that. I've done a lot of singing. I've done a lot of singing and dancing on camera, but this is the first time I put it all together on a stage, and that as an adult performer, and that is thrilling and terrifying at the same time. So, I think the Carlisle helped prepare me for this. My show 2 years ago, My Life in 20 Songs, that I wrote using all this music that had been a part of my life since I was a very small girl. And, singing 20 songs a night was helpful for me to get that feeling of the vocal stamina that you need.
Muscle, yeah.
But you don't have to be quite as loud in a little tiny cabaret room setting, and you have that real, you're singing into a mic. Yeah. This is, the mic in your wig or whatever. So, but I've been working, a lot on all the songs. I've been working on the dance over and over and over again, trying to get everything right. Finding the monologue for myself. I love that monologue. It's a beautiful monologue, and it's funny. The ladder is probably the most challenging thing for me. The ladder.
Yeah.
The ladder is terrifying for me because you have to climb up that ladder. It's your second time you're on stage, and you got to sing a song from it. Well,
Can't imagine. Yeah.
flipping from side to side, and I was like, "This is like a circus performer." Like I'm not, and the rungs are very narrow. Like they're not like big, wide, like a ladder you'd have in your house. That it's like the actual hero rung is about that thin, so you can't get the whole ball of your foot on it. Like it's.
Sounds like a physical and also mental ladder and mountain to climb for this experience.
Yes, but I'm trying to once again access the kid in me that used to be like crazy about the monkey bars, right? Yeah, so I'm just like, okay, I'm going to see this as like, I'm just, and then I'm trying to work on my upper body strength to do that. I'm trying to work on my stamina by once I leave rehearsal, I'll go take a class at Steps, whether it's a ballet class or a tap class or jazz class, just so I've done like a second round of dancing for the night. And I walk home almost every night about 1.5 miles from the theater to the place I'm staying, and just trying to get that stamina up and also live at night, to be up, between the hours of 8 and 10:30, like very alive rather than sort of winding down at that point. And I know all the research says you're supposed to go to sleep between 10 and 12. That's when the best healing happens and everything. I'm like, wow, fat chance, I don't want to be sleepy at 10. Like I want to be sleepy at, 1 or 2. Yeah.
Well, it sounds like this is definitely a long time coming for you. Lastly, just what does it mean to you personally to be making your Broadway debut?
I'm like thrilled and overjoyed, and I feel like the little girl in me, the 8-year-old in me that wanted to dance and sing and act, is having this beautiful moment where I'm being welcomed to do what I've always loved in, one of the best shows in the world on the Broadway stage. I mean, I'm so happy.